So, there is this thing when you try to achieve something, you get to a point that it is hard, like pretty hard. And at this moment, most people say, that isn't for me, or something like that. And it is the point where the distinction between a successful person and an unsuccessful person happens, because when you don't break down this point, you basically are struggling to maintain what you've done so far. So most people view struggle as something that is unessential, that needs to be avoided, that is time-consuming, that is unproductive. What is more, they view it as something that is evil, like really evil, and they don't want to engage in struggle. And this is the thing that distinguishes the powerful people, successful people, from the unsuccessful people, because a successful person knows about one thing, that a well-lived struggle is the most productive time of their lives. Basically, when you are struggling, your body is telling you, wait a minute, I am not ready yet. So when people say that when they struggle, that it is not for me, they should rather say it is not yet for them, because their body is in adaptation phase. It is like you would try to bench press 100 kilograms at the gym in the first day. Like, it doesn't mean that the gym isn't for you. You are just taking too heavy load. So it just means your body is not ready for this. It just means your skills are not ready for this. And well-lived struggle, a productive struggle, is a way to actually make from this something valuable. So when you struggle, you want to escape this feeling because it is uncomfortable. Body doesn't want to be in a state of adaptation because it is a growth state. So what is a productive way of living a struggle? The productive way of living a struggle is to try to find any way to escape it. And then, after escaping it, we need to find a way that was optimal, or at least the best we know for escaping the struggle. So say the gym, for example. When we are making sets to failure, we just need to make the last reps will be hard, like really, really hard reps. So what we should do? So we should do them regardless of our form. So like 2, 3, when we have 2 to 3 reps in reserve, we are like really pushing hard, and we don't and even if our form is collapsing, we just want to do those reps because we want our muscles to be so fatigued that they are failing. So that's the point. And then after you've done the set to failure, your muscles learn and adapt how to do it properly the next time. And this is the same thing in learning, for example. When you learn new thing, the first thing you should do is to go and try to do the task at hand as best as you can, but also as fast as you can, and using only the knowledge you have. And after that, you find a way that was optimal. Like, you find the answer that was optimal. because your answer could be wrong, but your answer was right in terms of what you knew at that time or in your skills. So it is important because our brains are needing the activation of what we already know to get the new things saved. It is very simple because when your brain activates, you're already existing neural networks that are associated or are the closest in the semantical meaning to the actual task at hand. It allows the brain to actually, after the session and after producing some kind of output, change and adapt those circuits. It is the same. Imagine if you make a set to failure, but wait, this is too weak. We need to upgrade it because we will need to move such heavy objects. So we need to ramp up the muscle protein synthesis and let's go. The same thing is in the brain. The brain gets what? We don't know it. Like we are wrong about this. This is the correct way to do it. And it corrects those networks that are responsible for this given task. If we don't do this productive struggle, the struggle that is viewed as productive, we would basically end up getting this feedback even after we do the task, but if we do it like with a solution we see with a left eye or something like that, our brain will not fully activate those networks and will activate networks responsible for looking at solution. So we will basically learn how to better look at the solution, which is not what we want at all. So the same thing applies to entrepreneurship. If we do not do the things, we won't learn the things. Because what is theory? Theory is actually the feedback, we can say. Because after we do something, we can look at the theory and we can say, okay, this is what I did wrong according to a theory. And the brain then adapts to make us stronger, to make our intuition better. But if we do it the other way around, first theory and practice, we are basically like trying to first grow muscle and then go to the gym. It doesn't work that way. Like, you can first build muscle by eating like tons of food and then go to the gym. Like, you will end up fat. Because if you don't exercise, you will end up fat. And you won't gain any muscle because after you get fat, you will be just weaker. So that's the thing. And many people don't understand it, but this is essential to any kind of change, basically. To change, you first need to look what you want to change. To know what you're changing, what is your success, and our biology needs to know it. It is very enlightening that our biology needs to know what we want to do. But if our biology knows what it needs to do, then it will do it. If biology knows what is our success, it will do it. If we define our success, our whole body will be able to do productive struggle, because if we have defined what our success is and we are taking actions towards our success, we will be able to basically get through the struggle and see through the struggle that the struggle is essential to our success. Because if we don't struggle, it means that we are not outside our comfort zone. So it means that we are not doing something our body is not yet capable doing. So struggle is basically productive struggle could be renamed to productive growth, basically, because struggle is growth. Struggle is the place where you don't know what to do, and that is painful because the brain needs to exert energy for it, and that is why it is irritating. So the concept of productive struggle is something that not many people do think about it and do it, but it is something that unlocks a whole new realm of success and personal growth, because it allows to understand what really growth is. If it is painful, and it is painful in a way that it is not harming you, then it is growth. See you in the next one.